Weather patterns have changed significantly over the past 200 years. Remember to take all your belongings when you leave the lab. Tutors will arrange to meet all new students next week. You can access the lecture notes and an extensive bibliography online. All first-year students should attend the introductory lecture today. There will be no sports matches during the exam period. My brother graduated with a first-class degree in history. Most university clubs and societies meet in the Student Union building. Professor Smith will be late for today's lecture. Patients diagnosed with heart failure will often report being depressed. This is what we would call a state of equilibrium. I went to the University of Bristol where I studied chemistry. I think about half of South America uses voting technology. Three of the students were confused by the key hypothesis. There was little available evidence to contradict his viewpoint. His academic supervisor called in to see him last night. She doesn't even care about anything but what is honest and true. The last date of submitting application is 1 week from today. Digital gadgets are an excellent addition to any outdoor venture. Some methods for clinical applications have been presented as well. Half of television output is given away for educational programs. High fees caused students to look more critically at what universities offer. Further research should be established whether this trend is significant. A gradual increase occurred between October and December. Your role was principally involved in development of new chemical processes.
This survey will look at the greatest scientists of all time. All funding requests must be submitted on the appropriate form. You will work as part of a team for this project. Before attending the lecture, you should contact your lecturer. Critical thinking is crucial for mathematics. Evidence suggests that the human brain changes shape in response to the way it is used. Since the problems we face are global ones, we need to find relative solutions. There are a number of people who like to go to the countryside areas. Hypothesis needs to be tested in a more rigorous way. All students are expected to participate in all class activities. Literature class will be available for the students in midday on Friday. All people enjoy music in everyday life. All medical staff will be available for help for students. These students will become the greatest scientists at all times. When studying, it is important to take a break. Laundry facilities are available in each school unit for free of charge. One of the purposes of education is to encourage independent learning. The lectures today were carried out in the field of global warming. Students must observe lab safety regulations at all times. Farmers do not accept the prices for their agricultural goods. Being a vegan means not consuming any animal products. The project is challenging and requires a lot of dedication. It showed that people are struggling in their lives. The burning of fossil fuels leads to pollution and global warming. Research shows that teachers contribute most to the students' achievements.
I had a sandwich and milk with orange juice for my breakfast.
Gravity is extraordinarily weak and nearly impossible to study directly at a quantum level.
The reason for the decline of enrollment is unclear. Candidates should remain seated until finishing their exams. Nowadays, accounting is far more important for businesses than ever before. All candidates must leave the hall only after the exam. The teacher asked the group to complete the task. Distance learning is providing multiple career opportunities for students. There are many teachers to help students on campus. Leaving valuable possessions unattended in public places is risky. A generous donation by alumni helps to fund the school. The college includes 2 branches, physical and social sciences. There is a lecture going on just in front of the room. Globalization has been the most important phenomenon in the United Arab Emirates. The elephant is the largest animal living on land. Safety is the most important in the biology lab. Many inventors in the engineering sector are inspired by nature. Globalization has been an overwhelming urbanization phenomenon. Students need to submit their both assignments on the same day. All essays and seminar papers must be submitted to your tutor via email. The speaker began the outlines before the presentation. There are more jobs in services than manufacturing. Major sports on campus include rugby, soccer and tennis. Students must know the technological aspects of the society. To get further extension, you need to call the education executive on 401.
The quantity of challenge requires a lot of dedication. The difficult teacher is always responsible for the contribution to student marks. Design of modern cities is a challenge for urban planners. The use of wind energy has increased rapidly. You can make an appointment to meet the librarian. The field study on Wednesday has been cancelled. Students are encouraged to take part in their study as well as games. You should meet me in the lecture theatre room. Application forms should be submitted in 1 week. Students will study the language and literature in ancient Greece. The study of nutrition is a growing field. The literature review should include recent articles. Spending time with nature can release stress and anxiety. The gap between the rich and the poor does not decrease. Statistics is a crucial branch of mathematics. The online registration conference is now open. The elective course introduces engineering students to construct practices and concepts. Medical students study at least 6 years in university. Everyone must complete assignments before the deadline. The program depends entirely on private funding. The library reception desk is now open every day. Digital gadgets have now become an important part of all people's everyday life. The research is required in the field of food science. Please remain seated after finishing your exam. You should submit your term papers to the General Office.
The study of physiology involves in traditional sciences and social sciences. The strong communication between students and teachers plays an important role in the class. The university has created summer schools for international students. The American astronomers made a plan for landing a spaceship on Mars. Students will study the language literature in ancient Greece. In language learning, a systematic method of organizing new categories is essential. There is a display screen in the large lecture room of the theater. There are a number of people familiar with this process. The seminar on writing skills has been cancelled. You need to collect a clear note while learning new languages. While studying, you need to take regular breaks. Policies failed because the union leaders disagreed over the issue. The Earth's atmosphere is primarily composed of oxygen and nitrogen gases. If you want to receive the reimbursement, you must submit the original receipts. Exercise is important for mental and physical health. I'm glad you got here safely. It's in financial companies' interest to help people to save more money. The company has procedures to ensure quality and service. Plastics have to be buried because the recycling systems are limited. History courses can improve our ability to think critically. Discipline and motivation are essential for achieving your goals. All the student union students can register their names to get that service. The development has a great negative impact on the environment. Weather forecasting is becoming more accurate than before. Financial literacy should be taught at secondary school.
Effective presenters make eye contact with the audience. My loans have been received from the bank. Science and technology are good for the global economy. Services are rapidly growing in parts of the global economy. Practical experience is a vital part of legal training. Easter Island is a small island in the southeastern Pacific Ocean. Science is found everywhere in society today. It is necessary that literacy should be taught at secondary school. The Commission of Funds supported among authorities has raised an argument. Researchers say many students feel stressed and affect academic results. Antibiotics are agents that are effective in controlling the spread of bacteria. Urban planners plant trees in cities for a better environment. Theory of course contributes to the community. Global pollution levels are rising at an increasing rate. Poor posture and neck strain are common for office workers. Put the knife and fork next to the spoon near the edge of the table. There will be no tutorials until next week. The electric buses have an impact on air pollution. This course mainly introduces statistics and data analysis. The urban planner must ensure that the traffic flow is smooth. We are on track for 1 billion tobacco-related deaths this century. The course places considerable emphasis on critical thinking skills. Classical mechanics is sometimes considered as a branch of mathematics. Global connections increased in academic communities, thanks to social media. Students are required to have a biology degree to be enrolled in this course.